Hello. Many of us will go our entire lives believing that we are effective communicators. However, recent polls have showed that in the workplace, one of the largest complaints amongst workers is ineffective communication, showing that 86% believe that their communication with other employees is ineffective. This means that out of all of us who believe we're effective communicators, only 14% of us are actually accomplishing that goal. This was shocking to me, as I also believed before I took this class that I was an effective communicator. However, after taking the class, I've learned that I was not. And one of the main lessons that taught me this was our lesson on nonverbal communication, as I used to believe that nonverbal communication didn't matter all that much. However, our lesson taught me that nonverbal communication is very important in highlighting your actual message. And to practice improving my nonverbal communication, I'm going to start making better eye contact, using more effective facial expressions, being more open with effective hand gestures, and fixing my posture when speaking to others. Another lesson that was very surprising to learn was how power worked in social situations in this week's lesson. I used to believe that power had a lot more to do with knowledgeability and how loud you were speaking above others to say. However, this week's lesson has taught me that that's not necessarily the case, and power is often given to those who are both knowledgeable but respectable and open towards other ideas, not speaking over everybody, letting others speak, and being kind. And so to practice this in my social groups, I'm going to start letting others speak, being kind towards their opinions, not being overbearing on anyone. And I'm also going to start practicing not having power at all, as our lesson taught me that seeking power will oftentimes ostracize you. So it's okay not to have power in those social groups as long as you're giving it to someone who deserves it, who is respectful, who is knowledgeable, and an important individual. And so, in summary, much of what I knew about communication was flawed, and that nonverbal communication was an unimportant factor when it really is important and just as important as the actual message you're stating. And also how I used to believe in social groups, having the power meant being the smartest and being the most loud to say, when that's not true. It has a lot more to do with about being a respectful individual and having that power given to you because you deserve it. And so I encourage you all to look within yourselves and try to find your own flaws with communication so that you can practice improving those. And maybe by doing that, we can get that original 14% up to 15% or more as we all become more effective communicators.